certainly slow down traffic. It'll be moving in the direction of Maypearl here in the next 15 to 20 minutes. And one more quick slide down to the southwest. We've got another severe thunderstorm warning in effect down in Hamilton County. That for larger hail that could be at least the size of $50 and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. We'll continue to keep an eye on things here in the Forewarned Center. Stay with Fox. We'll keep you forewarned.
This has been a Fox 4 Warn Weather Alert. Stay with the news leader on air, online at fox4news.com, on Twitter at Fox 4, and on the WAP, Fox 4's weather app.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Just did a cut in on the air. I just want to give you a little update as to what's going on across North Texas at this hour. There are now no warnings in effect for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The warning that was in effect for far northeastern Dallas County has expired because the storm that prompted that warning has now moved into Rockwall County. So it's crossing over Lake Ray Hubbard right now. Intense rainfall with this. We did get a report from Rowlett of quarter-sized hail, and I think that that's probably the max size of hail in this cell right now. Certainly producing some very heavy rain around the city of Rockwall. It's just north of Heath right now. Moving along I-30 there, Royce City, Union Valley. This will be moving into Hunt County. In fact, we're already starting to see some heavy rain falling now in Union Valley. You folks in Greenville, it looks like most of this storm is going to stay off just to your south. You are not in that severe thunderstorm warning. As we slide down to the south and west, very heavy rain now. Highway 175, just northwest of Seagoville right now, Mesquite. As we head just north of the Wilmer-Hutchins area, some very heavy rain, frequent cloud and ground lightning with that storm. Tarrant County at this hour is quiet. Now, I don't believe we're going to see anything really develop behind this line of storms with the actual cold front now pressing in from the north and west. Most of the active weather that we see is going to take place along this broken line of storms and points to the east and southeast. So if you live out to the west in Stephenville and Granbury, Weatherford, Mineral Wells, Jacksboro, Decatur, the Azle Eagle Mountain Lake area, even up into Denton and Gainesville, I really don't expect too much. Much of the so western and southwestern portions of Ellis County, you folks in Maypearl, and down into northern Hill County through the Itasca area. Quarter-sized hail, wind gusts to 60 miles an hour. The main impacts with the little cluster of severe storms that's generally moving east, and that's really been the movement with most of these storms so far. They're either moving almost due east or east-northeast. That one certainly looks due east. Another storm, this one's a little stronger down in Hamilton County. This could be producing up to $half-dollar sized hail, so we're talking about an inch and a quarter in diameter with that one. Torrential downpours, Highway 281 from around the Hamilton area. This is moving almost due east as well, so it's mainly going to be impacting Hamilton County for the next 15 to 20 minutes. We back out. We also have a storm up here, severe thunderstorm in Fannin County, where you're seeing the purple colors there. That's where the largest hail is currently falling. $half-dollar size, maybe up to ping pong size in a few instances there. Frequent cloud to ground lightning with this one. It's moving pretty slowly, crawling along probably only at about a 15-mile-an-hour pace there. Certainly producing some very heavy rain that could produce some localized flooding in some instances. So that's kind of a lay of the land. We've also got a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for areas east and southeast of the Metroplex. That will continue through the afternoon hours. So that's a look at radar right now. We'll continue to occasionally pop in here with some updates. Going to be doing another on-air update here at straight up 3 o'clock. Stay with us. We'll continue to keep you forewarned through the afternoon.
Area shaded in yellow there, that is our severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 9 o'clock tonight. Essentially all counties east and south of the Metroplex, including Rockwall County, Ellis County, Hill County, down in Bosque County, you folks in Kaufman County, Hunt County, Fannin County, and points to the east and southeast. The greater Dallas-Fort Worth area not in that severe thunderstorm watch. We are kind of right on the firing line as expected for these storms. The warning that we did have in effect about 15 or 20 minutes ago for northeastern Dallas County has now expired because the storm that prompted that has moved out of that part of Dallas County into Rockwall County. Let's go for a little radar tour. First stop, let's take you here around the Fate and Lake Tawakoni areas. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Rockwall County, southern portions of Hunt County, extreme southern and southeastern Collin County right now. So we're talking about the Roy City area here. Have had a couple reports and some photos of quarter-sized hail in Rockwall and around the Garland Rowlett areas here. So this storm will be capable of producing some dimes, nickels, and quarters as it moves eastward here, moving at a pretty slow clip, probably 15 or 20 miles an hour. It's certainly putting down some torrential downpours there around Interstate 30. Up to the north, I want to talk about that storm in Fannin County a little bit. Our weather spotter there, Dr. Yeager in Trenton, sent me a photo and certainly does look like a wall cloud associated with that storm. So there's at least some rotation associated with this storm. This is just a severe thunderstorm warning at this point in time, and it's crawling eastward. It's not moving very fast at all, probably only about 15, maybe 20 miles an hour. There could be some quarter-sized hail, maybe some half-dollar-sized hail with some of the purple colors that you're seeing there, putting on quite a lightning show as well. There have been numerous cloud-to-ground lightning strikes in the last 5 to 10 minutes. Honey Grove, Ladonia, Wolf City, you're technically just outside of that, but close enough that you should consider yourself in that severe thunderstorm warning as well. Let's slide down to the south now. There are more storms just south of the Metroplex heading down here into Johnson and Ellis counties. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. The core of the storm moving right over the Grandview area at this hour. Also had reports of quarter-sized hail there. That's about an inch in diameter. It's moving eastward, almost due east towards Maypearl right now. You're already starting to see some heavy rain there. This warning also extends down into northern Hill County. So Itasca, you're in that severe thunderstorm warning. Generally, we're talking about quarter-sized hail and wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. Let's slide down to the south one more time here, and we'll take you for our final warning that's in effect, Hamilton County. And this may have some of the more impressive hail that we're seeing at this hour. I think probably at least half-dollar size, maybe a little bit larger than that. It's also moving eastward. Very heavy rain, and could be some wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. If you live there in Hamilton County, take cover from that storm. If we can, let's see if we can switch over to the other weather source. And I've got a photo that I want to show you here. Not sure if we can do that or not. It's the Fannin County storm that I talked about a little bit earlier from our weather spotter there in Trenton. Had a photo from Trenton High School of a lowering a wall cloud there. So we only have the one weather source, so we'll try to get that to you a little bit later. Let's expand. There we go. Thank you. Appreciate it, Lorenzo. There's the wall cloud that I talked about. Trenton High School, Fannin County storm. So a distinct lowering there. This is not a tornado-warned storm at all, but it's a storm that we will continue to monitor here closely. There's certainly at least some rotation within that cell up in Fannin County, and that's a great shot courtesy of our weather spotter there. Once again, let's go back to radar. Let's expand the view before we leave you here momentarily. Once again, there are numerous storms impacting North Texas. I want to tell you, though, if you live west of this line of storms, really from Fort Worth to Denton to Granbury, Glen Rose, Stephenville, on back to the west and northwest, I don't expect you're going to see really any additional severe weather threat for the remainder of the afternoon hours. This is our line, and up and down this line of storms is where we're going to see the active weather. And as we head through the course of the afternoon, the line will be moving off to the east and southeast. So at this point in time, we're basically talking about the eastern and southeastern portions of North Texas under the gun for severe weather for the remainder of the afternoon. The western half, northwestern portions, really don't expect any now. So there's our severe thunderstorm warnings. Fannin County, Rockwall County. Actually, this looks like a new warning that was just issued here. Let's zoom into this one here in eastern Dallas County. Now Dallas County under a severe thunderstorm warning. This is the Mesquite area. The warning also includes Seagoville, likely seeing quarter-sized hail, wind gusts to 60 miles an hour. It's going to be trucking right along Highway 80 here, so it's going to be moving from Dallas County into Kaufman County here. So you folks as far east as Terrell, Oak Ridge, down to about Kaufman, included in this severe thunderstorm warning as well. It's also producing a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning activity. So that's our latest severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. That storm tracking off to the east would be in the West Tawakoni area at 316, East Tawakoni at 330, 4 Point at 346, Emory at 404. That's again the cell that's currently in Rockwall County. That'll be impacting the southern half of Hunt County here roughly over the next half an hour to 45 minutes. Have not heard of any significant reports of damage, but certainly we're getting some hail, dimes, nickels, and quarters out of these storms and some occasional gusty winds. We'll continue to keep a close eye on things here in the Forewarn Center. Stay with Fox. We'll keep you forewarned.
This has been a Fox 4 Warn Weather Alert. Stay with the news leader on air, online at fox4news.com, on Twitter at Fox4, and on the WAP, Fox 4's weather app.
take a look at what's going on. Most of the thunderstorm activity right now has shifted to the east and to the south of the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area. So we have several storms lined up from just south of Paris all the way through Kaufman, down south just to the north of Hillsborough, and then another nasty cell now pushing off towards the east of the Hamilton area. Over the next several hours, we're expecting these storms to continue pushing off to the east, where they'll continue being capable of producing damaging wind gusts, large hail, along with the potential for an isolated tornado. We'll keep you posted here at Fox 4.
looking out her window at least quarter-sized hail there, maybe up to the size of $half. That was falling in Rockwall probably about 30 minutes or so ago. That storm now has moved east of there. Let's go to our next video clip. This one in Mesquite. This one was only about 10 or 15 minutes ago, and you can actually see some larger hailstones falling there, maybe up to the size of ping pong balls in a few cases. Laura Pascal in Mesquite sharing that with us. All right, here's a look at radar, and I want to show you the severe thunderstorm watch first. It's in effect until 9 o'clock. It does not include the Metroplex, but all points to our east and southeast again through 9 o'clock tonight. Good news is that cold front continues to press off to the southeast. In fact, it's through now most of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Once the front goes through, the air gets much drier, winds shift to the northwest, and that effectively ends any threat for severe weather. But the severe weather threat will continue along this line of storms and points to the east and southeast through the remainder of the afternoon. Let's take a little radar tour here. First stop into eastern Dallas County, where we've got a thunderstorm, severe thunderstorm, that's impacting the Mesquite area, Seagoville, and points east through Kaufman County, including Terrell and Kaufman. Could be up to hail the size of quarters. Wind gusts maybe up to 60 miles an hour. A lot of cloud-to-ground lightning activity with that as well. If we can momentarily, let's go to Michael Beard, our storm chaser, who's been trying to get ahead of these storms. He is currently in Rockwall County there. There's a view of those storms. Ooh, look at that cloud-to-ground lightning strike that you just saw there. Great shot there from Michael Beard, our storm chaser in Rockwall County. Severe storm with hail and high winds. So that's the way it looks through the lens of his camera there. And he was east of Fate now. He's kind of moving along Interstate 30, trying to get ahead of the storms. Back to the radar we go. Again, torrential rain is also falling with these storms. Currently, there's not a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here in Rockwall County or in Hunt County. That warning expired, and at least as of right now, they've decided not to issue a new one. There is still a warning farther to our north up in Fannin County, where we've been getting some hail and high winds. There's the severe thunderstorm warning. It includes Honey Grove, Pecan Gap, and also portions of Lamar County now, including Paris, the Paris area. There's the core of the hail, where the purple color is there. We're likely seeing up to ping pong sized hail there in extreme southwestern Lamar County. A lot of cloud to ground lightning activity. There's been some localized flooding here in Fannin County as well, up to 2 inches of rain. So keep that in mind. This is really going to slow things down as it continues to head eastward. Let's slide down now to the south. Head south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area into Johnson and Ellis counties. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. Southwestern Ellis County, southern portions of Ellis County as well, including Italy, about as far east as Bardwell. And it does include a small portion of Hill County here around the Itasca area. A little bit of hail in here. This one probably just quarter size and smaller, so dimes, nickels, quarters, pennies falling from this storm here. It is generally moving east in the direction of Highway 77. And one more severe storm off to our southwest, kind of the southern fringes, if you will, of North Texas. This one, the most impressive storm, very well-defined hail core here on the southwest side of Turnersville now. That could be up to the size of golf balls. And look at the lightning show this one is putting on here. This has several counties under warnings, including eastern Hamilton County down through about the Gatesville area, Turnersville. It includes extreme southern Bosque County, and it also includes a portion of the Waco area, but west of Waco over towards Crawford and McGregor. So one more, let's zoom out on the radar just before we leave you here to show you this line of storms that will continue to produce, in some cases, wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour and at least quarter-sized hail. Some of the more robust storms could produce up to golf ball-sized hail. So far, we've not seen any tornado warnings. Some of these storms, though, certainly have some weak rotation that we continue to monitor closely here, and will do so through the course of the afternoon. We'll continue to keep you updated on social media as well, Facebook and Twitter. For now, we'll return you to local programming. Stay with Fox. We'll keep you forewarned.
This has been a Fox 4 Warn Weather Alert. Stay with the news leader on air, online at fox4news.com, on Twitter at Fox4, and on the WAP, Fox 4's weather app.
Hello, everybody. Meteorologist Dylan Federico here. It's 3:45 p.m. and we're just going to do a quick radar update here on Facebook Live. So going back to radar right now, most of the shower and thunderstorm activity has now pushed to the east of the Metroplex as the cold front sweeps across North Texas. Behind it, severe threat is over as cooler, drier air rushes in. But out ahead of it, we still are tracking several severe thunderstorms at the moment. One just off to the south of Paris. Have another cell getting ready to push into the Kaufman area. Waxahachie, you are looking good, but there is a cell just south of you where we're running into some potentially damaging winds and large hail as well. Meanwhile, down just to the southeast of Hamilton, we have another very strong storm there producing lots of lightning and damaging winds. As far as what to expect over the next several hours, these storms are going to continue pushing off to the east and to the south, where severe weather will continue to be possible. We'll keep you posted here at Fox 4.
9 o'clock tonight for areas east and southeast of the Metroplex. It's all the counties that you see shaded there in yellow, including Fannin County, Hunt, Rockwall, Kaufman, Ellis, Hill County, and again points to the east and southeast. The good news is that the severe weather threat for the greater Dallas-Fort Worth areas pretty much now over with, especially if you live from Fort Worth to the west and northwest where the cold front has come through and the drier air continues to make its way in here on northwesterly winds. We've had some reports of hail, and here's one video clip courtesy of Deanna Steinbaugh in Rockwall. That hail coming down about an hour or so ago, up to the size of $half. You can see it covering the lawn out in front of her window there. Another video clip from, I believe it was Mesquite, Laura Pascal, showing us even larger hail. That was up to the size of ping pong balls in some instances. We had numerous photos from the Mesquite area of the hail as it was coming down a little bit earlier this afternoon. Back to the radar we go. The latest report was from Forney in Kaufman County. Ping pong sized hail falling there as well. Let's start out right around the Forney area. Kaufman County, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. Hail up to the size of ping pong balls, about 1.5 inches in diameter, perhaps up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Haven't had any reports of wind damage. This storm is basically tracking due east, just northwest of Talty right now, south of Forney. There's kind of the hail core where you see that purple color where we could be seeing up to the size of ping pong balls there. Torrential downpours for folks in the Terrell area down to Oak Ridge. Then just north of there, we've got another severe thunderstorm warning in effect. That's for Hunt County. Very heavy downpours now. The hail looks a little smaller, could be up to the size of quarters here. So we're talking pennies, dimes, nickels, quarters falling from this particular storm here. It is also traveling due east, heading through Quinlan now. It'll be heading towards at least the northern shores of Lake Tawakoni in about 20 or 25 minutes from now. Farther north, we've got some additional storms. Some of these are showing some broad rotation, but nothing that would indicate to us an imminent potential of any tornadoes. But we continue to monitor that. Very impressive hail core now south of Paris in extreme southern Lamar County. That's at least the size, I think, of ping pong balls, maybe up to the size of golf balls there. This one is also producing a tremendous amount of cloud to ground lightning. So it is lighting up the sky as we speak with lightning strikes. It is generally moving east here, so heads up, southern Lamar County there. Large hail and perhaps some damaging wind gusts from that particular storm. Let's slide down to the south now as we head south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area into Ellis and Johnson counties. You can see a storm here, severe thunderstorm right around Italy that is moving eastbound, and that's really been the general movement of all these storms from west to east. Heavy rain. The hail in this one looks smaller. This storm weakening a little bit. It's likely maybe producing hail up to the size of dimes, peas to dimes, and it's moving eastward, producing a lot of heavy rain. I believe there's one more storm to show you. Far southern fringes of our viewing area right now, affecting extreme southern Bosque County right now. Look at the lightning show that this one is putting on here. West of Waco, west of Crawford, tremendous amount of cloud to ground lightning along with hail. That's probably at least the size of ping pong balls, probably up to golf ball size between Gatesville and McGregor there along Highway 84. So we expand the view. We'll show you all of North Texas. The good news is that for most now of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we're in the clear for severe weather. We're still seeing storms firing up here in eastern Dallas County, but that front continues to move through. When it does, winds shift to the north and northwest. The air really dries out, and that effectively shuts off our severe weather threat. But it will continue along this line of storms and points east and the southeast through the remainder of the afternoon through probably as late as 9 o'clock tonight. That's the expiration of our severe thunderstorm watch. We'll continue to keep you up to date here on Fox 4, social media as well. We've been running live radar, doing updates on Facebook and Twitter. Stay with Fox. We'll keep you forewarned.
This has been a Fox 4 Warn Weather Alert. Stay with the news leader on air, online at fox4news.com, on Twitter at Fox 4, and on the WAP, Fox 4's weather app.
warnings in effect across North Texas, but the good news is, at least for folks living in the Metroplex, all these warnings are to the east and southeast of Dallas and Fort Worth. We've got that severe thunderstorm watch that continues until 9 o'clock tonight for essentially everyone that lives east and southeast of Dallas and Fort Worth. The cold front continues to press through. It's made its way through the Dallas-Fort Worth area now. Winds are shifting to the north and northwest behind it. The air really dries out behind this front, and so that effectively shuts off our chances of severe weather. But that said, we still have several storms that we're keeping an eye on. So let me go ahead and punch radar back up here for you. All of the polygons here, these yellow polygons correspond to severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's take them one by one. Here's the one that's in effect for far northeastern Hunt County, north of Commerce. Notice that's where we're seeing the pretty impressive hail core there. That's probably hail up to the size of ping pong balls, and more hail falling as you head up into Delta County on the north side of Cooper right now, south of Paris in Lamar County. This storm is also producing a tremendous amount of cloud-to-ground lightning activity as it pushes off to the east. You folks in Fannin County drying out now. You had a good 2 inches of rain, at least in southern portions of the county, so your storm's dying out. Get a little break in the activity here as you head down around the Greenville area, but we've got more storms lurking just south of there. One around the Lake Tawakoni area. This one doesn't look too impressive, but it could be producing up to a quarter-sized hail here just west of Quinlan right now, between Quinlan and Union Valley, and then that's a pretty healthy-looking storm there, centered right around Natalti in Kaufman County. That's where we're likely seeing, I think, at least ping-pong-sized hail there. Some of those purple colors indicating a very high reflectivity from the radar. This storm's moving eastbound, kind of chugging right along Interstate 20 here on the southeast side of Forney. We did have probably about 15 or 20 minutes ago reports of ping-pong-sized hail in the Forney area. This one's going to be impacting Terrell and Oak Ridge probably in the next 15 or 20 minutes. So that entire area under a severe thunderstorm warning. Things fairly quiet now across a good part of Ellis County, including the Midlothian and Waxahachie areas as the cold front has moved through there. But just south of there, southern portions of Ellis County, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Storms sliding down towards I-35E from roughly Italy down towards Carl's Corner. The hail really doesn't look too impressive here. We're probably talking about pennies, dimes, and nickels, maybe up to the size of quarters, but that would be about it with that particular storm. The most impressive storm right now is down to our south, down around the Waco area, in particular as you head west of Waco out towards Crawford and the McGregor areas. This one is starting to rotate as well, so that's one for folks that live down around that way to keep a very close eye on. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for large hail and damaging winds. But for the time being, it looks like we'll continue to monitor these storms here, primarily just a wind and hail threat. Here in Dallas and Fort Worth and points to the west and northwest, yes, we could still see a few showers. You can see a few showers developing here north of Cleburne. They're going to be moving up into southwestern Tarrant County, but we're really not worried about any severe weather now that the front has moved through those areas. The main severe weather threat will continue to be along this line of storms that extends from Paris through Greenville, the Lake Tawakoni area, back through Kaufman County, Italy, down through the Hillsborough area, southern portions of Bosque County. So along this line and to the east and southeast, severe weather threat continues for the remainder of the afternoon and maybe as late as 9 o'clock tonight for our far eastern and southeastern counties. So that's the very latest here from the Forewarned Weather Center. Be sure to join us at 5 o'clock for Fox 4 News at 5.